What's for dinner? It's the question we get tired of hearing. I'm gonna answer that for you today. I have 6 meal ideas for you, and I'm just taking you through my week, and it was a little bit crazy, but I'm sharing with you what we ate this week. In this video right here, I assembled 5 freezer meals. You'll see here, I prepared about, I believe, 3 of them, 3 or 4 of them. So you'll see that, you'll see what the finished product looked like, and how I cook them in my Instant Pot. And then I have a grill recipe, and then another one, 30 minutes or less meal that I made from scratch. So super easy meals. But first, real quick, just a second about me. My name's Kathy from fabulesslyfrugal.com. I started my website way back in 2008 when grocery shopping was getting expensive. Through the years, I've shared thousands of deals and recipes, and I've been an entrepreneur working from home while managing 8 children. Fast forward to today, I've really learned how to be quick and efficient in the kitchen with my meal planning and my meal prep. If you haven't already, hit subscribe and that notification bell. What's for dinner? It's right here. Okay, dinner tonight, freezer meal. We popped it in. It's been resting, and I'm taking the chicken out. I'm gonna shred it up here. And then we're gonna throw in some cream cheese. This is the cream cheese chicken chili that I did a freezer meal, and I will link to that so you can see how I put this together. I'm gonna shred this real quick. Actually, I think first I'm gonna throw some cream cheese in here so it can start melting. So it doesn't necessarily look beautiful, but it sure tastes good. Normally, this recipe calls for a whole 8 ounces of cream cheese, but we made some frosting. So I'm just gonna use what's left here. I love these dump and go freezer meals. And we'll just shred up this chicken. Got it all shredded up. Love my flexible cutting board here. We will just dump it in. Then I'm gonna grab my meat chopper just to mix it all in and mix up that cream cheese. Then I'm just gonna let this sit for a few minutes while I gather in the crew, and we've got dinner. Love these easy dinners. We actually usually put this on rice, but we've had kind of a crazy night, so we are not even going to do it on rice. We're just having it as is, as soup, like a chili. And we could throw cheese on top, or if you have cilantro on, you can throw that on top too. So good. So enjoy this one. Got my garlic ranch chicken, gonna thaw it out today. Got my garlic ranch chicken, gonna throw it on the grill for dinner. Gonna have some potatoes and broccoli. This is what's for dinner tonight. Gonna be good. Okay, here we go. We took this off the grill. I've been letting it rest for a little bit in the foil, and it smells so good, you guys. Such an easy, delicious dinner right here. Yum, yum, yum. This is the copycat recipe for the Man-Wich Sloppy Joe without all the processed things and ingredients you can't pronounce. Okay, first things first, we're gonna cook up some meat. I always like to throw a little avocado oil in there. And then I've got my 93.7 ground beef. You can just use whatever you need. Do you love my little meat chopper tool? I love it, it's my favorite thing. I will link to that down below. Just cook up your meat and then you're gonna drain it. Here's what I do. I have a flexible mat and I throw some paper towels down, a couple layers, and just dump my meat there and drain it out, pat it kind of dry. It doesn't get all of the grease out, but it gets a nice hefty amount, and it's so easy to clean up. And then you're gonna just wipe out your pot a little bit and dump your meat back in, because here comes 1 8-ounce can of tomato sauce, or a cup. Then 1 cup of ketchup, go low sugar for a little healthier option there. And then just blend those together. And we have just 1 tablespoon of diced green peppers that you need. Now, if you have picky little eaters, just cut that up really small and they won't even know it's in there, but it adds great flavor. You're gonna love that one. And then here come our spices. You'll need 1 teaspoon of salt, a 1/2 teaspoon of dried minced garlic, 1/2 teaspoon of chili powder, 1 tablespoon of dried minced onion, 1 teaspoon of mustard, and then just a 1/4 teaspoon of celery seed. Then stir all of that up and simmer it for 10 minutes, and you are ready for some sloppy joes.
They're so good.
Okay, we've had a couple crazy days around here with the fam, so I've been so extra grateful for freezer meals. I actually did some with citrus pear. If you live like in Colorado, Idaho, Utah, I think Nevada, maybe. I feel like there's one other place. It's called Citrus Pear, and they do like freezer meals. And I had just done these, I think, last month. Anyway, I had a few of these in the freezer, so it's just another dump and go. And this is a tortellini soup, a dump and go recipe in an Instant Pot. So total lifesaver, 45 minutes. It's gonna cook in here, and we'll have dinner. And it won't be 8:30 at night. So here we go. This one is called Tortellini Soup. So it has tortellini noodles that are frozen that I'm going to add here in a minute, but we did cut up carrots and peppers and I believe onions, and then we had some sausage that was diced up and some canned tomatoes. So I ran it under hot water for a minute, so it's just slightly thawed, and I'm going to throw it in here. The citrus pear is pretty cool because you just go to a place and assemble all your freezer meals, but you don't really get to choose what they are. But right now, because of the COVID issue, they assemble it mostly, and then we did have to do some work. We just picked everything up and brought it home, and it did cost a little bit extra, but it's another good option for freezer meals. But I also think just doing a handful at a time is super easy too. So this one does call for water in the Instant Pot, but I've got chicken broth. It's 4 cups, and I just like to add a little bit more flavor in there, and then I'm going to add some here in the bag and get some of those leftover ingredients. Just doing this one-handed, but this should be a good one. I see there's onions in there too, so we're gonna get that going for 45 minutes. And we'll have dinner in a minute, which is good. It's the middle of June, and it was cloudy and rainy and cold today. Yay for Idaho weather. Whoops. Look at me not paying attention. There we go. There we go, all sealed up. And she's good to go. So now I'm gonna go get some work done while dinner cooks, and maybe I can get some children to do the dishes. There we go. It's been one of those kind of days, weeks, yeah. Okay, Instant Pot's done. I actually didn't read the directions correctly. It was only supposed to be 30 minutes. Whoops. It was only supposed to be 30 minutes, so anywho, I did 45. It's been resting, and it's probably really full because there's still a lot of steam coming up. Okay, taking off the lid. Oh my goodness, look how pretty. So colorful. Now, there is a bag of frozen tortellini that I'm just gonna throw in here. It said to stick it on saute. Oops, cancel saute. And just cook this up for like 5 minutes. I can open it. So it's already boiling. Ooh, soup. You know what? I'm also going to, just to get some more veggies in, I've got some frozen like riced cauliflower that I'm gonna throw in here too. The kids actually like it. I just get these from Costco, and there's like 4 in a big bag. And you can cook them in the microwave inside here, but often like with taco soup, a lot of soups I usually just open, and I'll probably maybe put half of this in, maybe all of it, we'll see. It's a nice thing to do if you're annoyed with your kids.
What?
If you're annoyed with your kids, you can just phase things out. That is just a mom hack. And they'll never know.
Except that you just told everybody.
Except I just, only you two know. Oh, we'll just do that. So we've got the cauliflower, carrots, tomatoes, peppers, and onion in here. And so we just have it sauteing on high to cook through, and then we're gonna eat. And I got, oh my word, this is a ton of soup. This will feed us and give us leftovers for tomorrow. I like it. Sprinkle on some Parmesan cheese. Here, boy. Are you excited? Here's your food, little man. Actually, I'll have it. Okay, it's Friday night. I've got a bunch of teenagers here that want food. I'm pulling out my barbecue chicken street tacos, and I'm gonna throw them in the Instant Pot for dinner tonight. So I'm just gonna run some hot water on this so I can get it out of the bag. Okay, so I softened it under hot water so I can move the bag. And now, just gonna open and dump. And then, because there's no really liquid in here right now, you can see, I'm gonna add a little chicken broth, and I'm gonna actually throw it in the bag just to get, any little remnants. So that's like, I don't know, maybe a cup, not even. There we go. There. That big old blob is gonna cook. And got that sealed, and I'm going to hit manual, and I'm gonna go, I think 30 minutes should do it. So let's just leave it there and see how it goes. All right, hubby and I left on a date, so the teenagers finished up this dinner. You just use that meat chopper and cut up all the chicken, and probably had a little bit too much liquid in there. So just make sure you drain the meat before you put them on your tacos, and oh my word, so yummy. The kids also used this meat the next night and made nachos, and it was so good. What I'm gonna do today is make my rice in one Instant Pot first, then I'm gonna make the meatballs. This meal will make about 8 servings, so we do 3 cups of rice, 3 3/4 cups of water, and then we put it in the Instant Pot, close it, seal it, and cook it for 8 minutes, and then I always slow pressure release for about 10 minutes. So get that started first, then you're gonna roll right into the meatballs. Here we go. So you'll see I've got my scale here, and that's because I love to do measurements while I do this recipe. Instead of trying to do ketchup and honey in a measuring cup, I love to just throw them here and weigh them. So 136 grams, half cup of ketchup, right there. Doesn't have to be perfect. I got 140 grams, it looks like. And then honey is 1/3 cup and 111 grams. So, oh, this makes it so much nicer. Looks like I forgot to tear and clear out my scale, but that's okay. I'm just gonna do a little math, which would be 136 plus 111 is gonna get me to 247. Now you can of course use a measuring cup, but I just love how non-messy weighing things is. Okay, so we gotta catch up our honey. Next, I will throw out my measuring cup because it's just 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Because of the honey and the brown sugar, it is a little sweet. So I actually like to go a little bit less than what it calls for on the brown sugar. Now this is also a slow cooker recipe, but for Instant Pot, I throw in 2 tablespoons of water. And then we need 3 garlic cloves minced, or if you're like me, you go easy, it's done for me. 3 garlic cloves is gonna be 1.5 teaspoons or 1/2 tablespoon. Okay, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce or 30 milliliters. I'm just gonna throw that in there because it's nice and fast and easy. There we go. Okay, now I've got all of those ingredients in there. I'm actually done with the scale. And I'm gonna turn on the saute button. But while I'm waiting for that, I am gonna pull my trusty scale out again. Tear this out, and I've changed it to ounces. And now I'm just gonna weigh out 28 ounces of these frozen meatballs from Costco. Now you could do homemade frozen meatballs. They just need to be fully cooked and they're frozen. So right there, that's what I used. And you can see, here's what 28 ounces of meatballs looks like. It's about 40 meatballs. All right, so this is mixed. It's just heating up a little bit with the saute. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the meatballs in. I'm gonna go ahead and close up the lid. I'm gonna turn off my saute. Make sure that I am sealed. And we're gonna run this for 2 minutes. Oh, it's smelling so good in here. It just sealed up, so we're at 2 minutes. Took about 15 minutes to come to pressure. So the food's almost here. It's done. We're gonna quick release this baby and let that steam out. Okay, all the steam is out. Let's take a look. Ooh, check it out. And just like that, dinner is served. So there you go, guys. I hope that was some fantastic dinner inspiration for you. If you haven't hit subscribe yet, please do hit that notification bell because I've got more quick and easy recipes coming your way. Until next time, see you guys.